Hey everyone, Richard Gibbons, Executive Director for SWMLS, and today I'm going to talk about some of the August 2023 rule changes that are going into effect on September 18th. So the first one I want to talk about is really the only one that actually affects how you are doing business on a day-to-day basis. The rest of them are a lot more minor. But this one is that offer deadlines are no longer going to be allowed in public remarks. So things like accepting offers until Sunday at noon, we just ask that you put those in the LOSO remarks instead. And the reason for this is that when consumers were seeing that in the public remarks, they would think that, oh, well, I have until Sunday to submit an offer, and they would wait on it, and then they would be upset or confused when they'd end up missing out on it because the property would go pending on Friday. So in order to reduce that confusion, we're just saying that they're prohibited in public remarks. Put them in your LOSO remarks instead, and then that way other members can help explain the situation to members and be as transparent and clear about that as possible with them. The next one is with coming soon. So we previously had a rule that if you had used coming soon and it was canceled or expired, that you couldn't reuse coming soon for 90 days. Now, this just, we changed this to 30 days so that it would line up with other rules. Like, for example, if you have a listing, it canceled or expired for 30 days, then it will reset your days on market or your continuing days on market. So we changed this rule to 30 days just so it lined up and kept everything a lot neater. The next changes are just to kind of make it a little bit easier for staff to help you guys out. So one of them is that we are going to be, if we see any of these 5 things, we have the parcel ID, the address misspelled, obvious date errors, incorrect area, or a list price that's obviously way off, that we can just proactively fix that for you with notice to the listing broker that it's been changed. Again, I want to stress that we're only going to do this in really obvious situations. If there's any question whatsoever, we're going to be reaching out to you, but we're just trying to have some value add there for the members. And then the other one is that if you do list a property in 2 different types, like say it could be either residential or farm and ranch, you're only supposed to close one of them, and previously we would make you cancel or expire the other one, but now we can delete that second one for you, so that way it takes the data out of the system completely, and it doesn't syndicate out to those lead generation platforms and things like that. And then finally, we have the transferring listing between brokers. Used to, we had a form you had to fill out, and your seller had to sign it and all this other stuff. We've stopped using that form. If you are transferring listings between brokerages, like you leave one brokerage and go to another, all we need now is an email from the releasing qualifying broker giving permission for you to take that listing with you. Of course, you are still required to complete all the necessary legal paperwork, but that's between the 2 qualifying brokers to make sure that's done without the MLS getting involved in that process. All we need is that permission from that releasing broker. And then the only other change is this is something that we've done for a long time. We just needed to make sure we added in the rules to line up that on an IDX website, you're not allowed to display sale price. So that's been around for quite a long time. We just needed to update the rules to make sure we get that in there and make it consistent for everybody. So that's the rules changes. Of course, if you have any questions for us, you can give us a call down at the bottom, 505-843-8833, or support@swmls.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.